Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas on Tuesday, January the 2nd. Welcome to our first video commentary of 2018. Happy New Year. I hope it was a good day for you to celebrate, and I hope you're ready for the new year because I think it's going to be exciting. Today we're going to talk about what is happening in Iran. As you may have been watching the news, they've had some pretty intense anti-government demonstrations, and in fact some people have actually been killed in Iran for protesting. And what I find fascinating about this is a good lesson, I think, for many people in the United States, particularly some of the young people who sometimes will use words like fascist and police state. No, we don't have a police state in the United States. You want to see a police state? Check out what's happening in Iran. That's really repression. That is actually crushing down people who are simply marching for their freedom. I mean, that's all they want. They want their freedom. They want some of the same freedoms that we have. But what I think is really amazing about Iran and what you're watching on television is the influence of women in these marches. You see lots and lots of women marching. I mean, they are calling for rights. They're calling for economic as well as political rights. And what is remarkable is the absence of support from two very important groups. First of all, President Obama. Where's President Obama in all of this? This is, after all, the government that he negotiated a deal with. Where is he? As far as I can tell, he has not made a single statement in criticism of this, or at least the way these people are being treated. President Trump, to his credit, has come out rather strongly supporting the protesters and the marchers and calling on the government to behave correctly. But so far, President Obama has been totally absent from any criticism. The other absence that is rather pronounced is the absence of feminists. Where are the feminist groups? Where are all these women who were marching a year ago against President Trump, demanding that women be treated fairly? Where are these feminists? Why aren't they marching in support of the women in Iran? It's a pretty scary situation, the way these women in Iran are being treated, or frankly, the way women are treated in the Middle East overall. And yet, the feminists have been pretty silent. They have not come out and said anything against the way these women are being treated. Now, part of the reason could be political. They don't want to show support for President Trump. After all, President Trump has been vocal about it. Maybe they just want to keep a distance from President Trump. But you would think that at times like this, when you see people being mistreated by their government and you see people demanding their freedom, you would think at times like this that we could have a little bipartisanship and at least show support for human rights. I mean, if the feminists don't like President Trump, I guess that's okay. But we should all be able to get together and support these people in Iran. We don't know what's going to happen. Based on some reports in the press, the regime is very concerned about its viability. Well, I hope they are. I hope they are. But I think the other thing that these protests really bring into light is the insanity of the Iran nuclear deal. We made a deal with a country that may not survive. And what happens to Iran and their military power and all of that? What happens if they really begin to collapse? We don't know. We don't know any of these answers, but it's certainly something to keep an eye on. I always thought that North Korea would be the big issue of the first quarter of 2018, and it may very well be. But I think we now have to add Iran to that list of concerns. Things are going to get pretty nasty in Iran over the next few days. And again, I think we should all stand with the people of Iran who just want the same freedoms and rights that we have in the West. Have a great day, everybody. You can watch all of these commentaries over at YouTube. We also put them on Twitter, and we put them over at my blog. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day. This is Silvio Canto from chilly Dallas, but I always like to go outside and do these commentaries. I don't know. It's kind of fun to be outside. Eventually we will have to stop, of course. But for the time being, let's just go as far as we can. Bye-bye, everybody. So long. Bye-bye.